Welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I am Stevie Wildcard.
Every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws our way and we get something done. Most recently, we've been working on supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless. We are on issue freaking 3, Steven. We are doing
Issue
it.
friggin' three. I'm so close, dude. I'm getting so close.
Oh, Steven, every time. For those of you who don't know, we've been working really hard. We've been making comic books for 20 freaking years. It's my best friend. It's my best friend since freaking high school. We've been trying really hard to make comic books with given life, the universe, and everything. We're both parents and work and do all this stuff. Recently, it's been going pretty well, Steven. I have to say, not only do we have our graphic novella we published, which I think did pretty well. People seem to like it. It has really good reviews, and I'm proud as heck of it forever. If you want to read our books, you can check them out on wehaveissuespodcast.com. Otherwise, Steven, we started working on Deathless, and like people are really liking it, and like more people keep finding it every day, and it's making me really excited about issue 3 because we're almost done with you're almost done with the main art of it, and as soon as we get it out there, people are gonna we're gonna do. I'm excited. I'm excited to do the catch-up packet. I'm excited for ketchup packets, Steven. Ketchup packets.
You must
Because
stir the packets.
you have to muster the will to keep living after that sentence, Steven. But, okay. But dude, I'm so excited for people who discover the Kickstarter, to get to all 3 now. It's gonna be now we have a real story building and it's happening, and I don't know, it's all coming together and it's looking really good. And in addition to that, we're working on another comic book.
Which we can lightly talk about if you want, by the way.
Yeah.
Chris gave me the go ahead, so
Yeah, dude, I don't see why we couldn't,
yeah.
it's not this one in particular, I think is going to be really good. I don't think we have to be sneaky about it or anything. Maybe a little subtle. But yeah, so we're working on Deathless and we're also working on another book. Do we have a definite title for it now? Or
I straight up just told him that and he's like, I'm not trying to micromanage. Oh, I don't care. Whatever you guys, I fully
it's such a
support
good
whatever
title. That's the thing.
It
It
is.
makes so much sense. It makes sense. So we're working on a book called Revamped. And Steven had the ingenious freaking idea to do it with
A colon,
yeah,
but it's
colon,
a
but it's
bite
the
mark.
bite mark. We can do a little drizzle of blood or something on one of them, and then
Oh, I got it. I've been looking up vampire puncture wounds just so I can, because I got to create that logo this week for him because he's going to start doing the promotional stuff
Oh,
soon.
nice.
So
Yeah. I'll write as soon as I get a minute, I'll write the whole synopsis.
yeah, it just write him this. He's gonna do all the graphic work for that page.
Oh, cool.
He just needs the synopsis and the logo. So
Yeah, I
I'm
can
gonna
do
get
that.
that to him tomorrow probably. So
But yeah, so dude, we've been working on all that stuff, and it's going really well, and I'm super excited about it. Steven, how did you do this week? What did you actually?
I finished the page, a whole
Too
page
much,
from
Steven. You
start.
did too much. I've had a busy week, and I did nothing. Stop it. I need you to take it down a notch.
Dude, not only did I finish a whole page, but my iPad died while I was drawing. So I got bored and grabbed a Bristol board and I actually drew I'll send you a picture of it. I drew Deathless in the foreground with Mary and Beryl in the background. So we can do a little giveaway for that if you want. It's
Ooh.
pencils. It's actually pencil art on a
We
Bristol
should do an
board. So
auction. We should
I'm
put it
down.
up on eBay and do an auction for it. I'm not even
O-
kidding, Steven. I'm
OG
not even kidding. Think about it. You are an amazing artist, and people would love it. If you want the Mary Beryl Deathless physical art from Steven, you comment below, you let us know if you're interested in an auction. We'll put it up there. We'll start it at 350.
I actually have one more other question for the people listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
So recently seeing Deadpool Wolverine, recently seeing that they did I don't want to spoil anything, but I've been seeing a lot of covers. If I don't know if you guys know comic book covers, but there's certain ones for example, when you think of Amazing Fantasy with the Spider-Man holding the guy and swinging, that cover's been redone multiple times. One of the more popular Wolverine ones was Incredible Hulk 580 or something like that. I can't remember the actual issue, but it's the classic one where Wolverine's claws are showing Hulk's reflection in the cover. So I was thinking maybe for next issue we could do that cover with Beryl's claws and then them in the reflection of the claws. Or I was even thinking Deathless holding something with Beryl in the reflection of whatever Deathless is holding.
I like that because Beryl's
Rainbow
all have
claws.
the rainbow claws. He has the colors, and they all
Dude,
represent
it would
colors.
be so dude, that would actually be a really cool cover. Now
That's
that you're saying that. I would
now
have to
that I
draw
said
his.
that and improved your idea, it's now
Yep.
my idea. That's how ideas work,
I
baby.
love it.
No, dude, that sounds awesome. Good idea. I love that.
But I figure that'd be a cool maybe alternative cover for the next issue.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think we should start maybe like navigating those waters of cool covers and collectible covers. Because one thing that we don't do is we just overprint the crap out of our stuff and like
You do.
hook people up. And we should probably do a cool
Heck
couple
yeah.
variant
Well, I mean,
covers. And
that could be one like something we do for the tiers with various
yeah,
back.
that's what I'm thinking because it's just another piece of art.
I'll do a cover, baby. I
Oh
draw.
yeah, dude, that'd be awesome too. Or we could even like commission someone to do a cover and make that one of the tiers too. Like I
You
don't know.
pay me. I also get paid to do our cover, baby. No, I'm kidding. No,
We're
that'd
getting paid for this.
be we can get paid.
99% of the time we break even, ladies and gentlemen. But it's awesome because we get tons of comic issues that we can just it's
It's
just great.
true. I love it though. I think the next one's going to be really cool. So
I'm excited. And we're not going to go crazy with the freebies.
we are going to be
We learned our lesson.
reasonable and smart.
Stickers,
savvy
fine.
stickers.
Postcards, fine. Anything that requires additional packaging or like additional materials that cost more than the actual original product for the cost of the product, probably not a great idea.
Probably not a great
ship
business
out.
strategy, Steven. I'm hearing
Probably not great to give somebody like $40 worth of stuff for 10. I mean, you probably shouldn't do that.
Maybe. And you,
Maybe
like,
it is.
I like you need some more. we need to test the waters to figure out what works, what doesn't work. It's all in the air. I don't know. It's very scientific.
Listen, what we're trying to say is we're the Robin Hoods of comic books. Okay, we rob from ourselves for some reason.
To anyone. We're just here. Take our hearts. I don't know.
You like our artwork?
Yes.
Well, here's my wife's wedding ring. It was really important to her, but it's so much more important to me that you read her comics. So,
oh, speaking of that, Stephen, Stephen, I need to ask you a quick question. Quick question. Like it occurred to me today, like recently, it occurred to me recently that I was like, Forrest Gump is smarter than me, Stephen. Like Forrest Gump, I was like, Forrest Gump is smart. First of all, dude is a legend. Like guy like taught Elvis how to dance. Who does that, right? Like guy does a lot of stuff. He's like ping pong champ, like war, like
invested
hero.
in some fruit company that ended up becoming,
I mean, yeah, it's true. Meeting presidents and all that, like he's incredible. But what he's best at, maybe most known for, is his ability to recognize what love is, Stephen. And I wonder, like, because I know people like to, people argue about that sort of thing all the time when they're like, oh, Romeo and Juliet is in love. It's, a tragedy. It's like, yeah, like, were they in love? No, they weren't in love. They're 14 or, whatever it is. And it's like, so people argue about what constitutes love and what doesn't and all that. And like, how did you know that you love Tina? And sub question, how did you know, or when did you realize that Tina loved you?
So that's a tricky question because I think honestly, so just a little backstory for the ladies and gentlemen joining in on the saga. Tina came into my life via my sister when my mom and dad were going through a divorce. So I was in a weird headspace. Tina just appears over one night hanging out with my sister Sarah, and Tina like went full on strong. I mean, she was like throwing game night one, and like I was in a weird headspace. And basically, ultimately, what happened is she ended up pursuing me for 6 months until I finally caved. Now, I say that as in like the perspective of the story, but the truth of the matter is I think I basically just waited until I fell in love with her before I even decided to date her. Because within 3 weeks of us dating, I told her that I loved her. And she said, and I quote, cool, and then drove home. And man, that was rough. Like, that was rough. But truth be told, I think Tina loved me the first time she saw me. Like, from her eye, like, she even told Sarah, like, I'm gonna marry him one day. Like, I mean, she has like all the, and she freaking, she got it all. But yeah, she's just, I don't know. When I came to that realization of like, there's just like this, when you meet someone and there's just like this, like, it sounds so cheesy and lame, but you literally do feel like your brains just kind of merge into like one, and like you're like soul, like your souls are intertwined, but like you just feel like this person is my person. This is like everything I want. This is like, and that's basically what it was. And that's when I realized that I loved her, like really early on in our relationship, at least officially, like when we started. And I was such a cool guy back then, guys. When I asked Tina out, I was like, this was my pickup line to like secure that we were together. I was like, I was wondering if I can change my MySpace status from single to in a relationship. that was my game. That
So
was my
hang on, Steven, let me write that shit down. I'm still on Facebook. I could do this. I'm just kidding.
add Twitter statuses.
Yeah, right. Dude,
Give
it's
me a top 8. No, I'm just kidding. That was the
give me
worst
a
system
topic.
ever. It was literally like a freaking the worst thing to do to people. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's funny because the reason I brought up Forrest Gump is, that situation, it's like we kind of intellectualize it, sometimes where it's like I choose my I statements, but like I know in the past I've basically done like compatibility math. You know what I mean? Where I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, this person has this in common with me, this in common with me. We get along when we do this, we get along when we do this, and we both like this, and we like being together. And it's like I'm attracted to them, they're attracted to me. This math checks out. And it's like eventually it's like, you start thinking about it and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to be without them. And I definitely want to be with them. And it feel like I like everything about them. And I do love them, but it's so I would kind of do that and intellectualize and be like, this is what being in love is, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of like you do that math. And like, oh yeah, I care about them. But like what you're saying, it's like you get that kind of like ineffable, like just like that combination, like that the
There's
confluence of energies. You're like, oh my God, what is
there's literally just some sort of aura. Like
yeah,
it's an inexplainable, like just you know chemical reaction, whatever you want to call it scientifically. But there is definitely something that is different from hanging out with someone
yeah.
and not necessarily feeling that, and then just someone comes along and damn, that is everything. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
exactly. That's exactly. Yeah. So,
and it's nothing tangible. That's the thing. Like Tina and I have a lot of things in common, but honestly, and I think maybe this is even a definition of some sort of like true love or soul searching. Like it feels like Tina and I, we are our own people, absolutely, but it does feel like we're adding to some sort of collective consciousness. So like my opinions and my like what I like and what I think and what I enjoy, like of course there are things that like Tina doesn't necessarily do, but like it's like we add to this little pool, and it's like my personality and who I am kind of shifts to this collective of Stina, basically.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's so interesting. Like, it's like love is like the center of the Venn diagram of the two of you that you both embody when
mhm.
you're together. Like
It's like you grow that center, and then it
yeah.
just expands. And then like her loves eventually make the diagram, like eventually the diagram kind of grows, and I start
Until
loving the
it's
things she
yeah,
loves, and then it's
yeah,
just a circle. Yeah, then it's just a
right.
flat circle
It's
of one being.
so interesting how that works because and I know especially nowadays everyone wants to champion independence and like
Mhm.
individuality and their own just individualized ideas and autonomy and agency and such, and like that's all important, of course it is, but so like it sounds so strange to be like, oh well, what are you doing, surrendering in such a way to these people, but like I guess there is always a sense of surrender in relationships, but the
Mhm.
surrender that happens naturally that you want to happen is different from the surrender that happens because of like little compromises that you don't want to happen, And I think that in my case, like in the past, I've definitely made like surrendered things that I shouldn't have. Like I've
Mhm.
definitely been a person who's like I talked about how important it is for me to hang out with you and like be your
Mhm.
friend and like be with you and Tina and like have a relationship with you guys, and how like I've been in long-term relationships where like we barely saw each other, as
Yeah.
like barely, and I'm just like, why, like what, like why did that not work? What was like not complimentary there? Because I love you guys and I feel like you guys are my people and I've always known
Mhm.
that. So it's like, like what are the odds that you are my people and someone else doesn't work with that situation? That's not gonna be my person, right? Like that doesn't
Yeah.
that
Like
doesn't make any sense, right? To compliment. So anyway, my whole point is just like I think I've gotten to the point, like I was at the point where I was sort of surrendering the wrong things and like being
mhm.
willing to compromise for the sake of a love that I thought I understood, or I was like, hey, I really care about this person. I don't want to let them go. That means I should be able to, let go of some things. But
But
I,
like anyone that like is like your person, anyone that you do fuse with to the degree with, that's what I'm saying. Like I get like what you're saying too with like this whole individual, like like this, not a movement, but I get it. Like there's there have been times in the past, especially leaning towards one sex, like where they didn't necessarily have the agency to be able to like kind of fight those things.
of
And
course,
but like anything that Tina has become, has been completely willing and in a sense and never forced on my end. It's just we just become like we want to be around each other. So
Right.
therefore the things that the other like Tina didn't play Pokemon her whole life,
Right,
but
right.
Tina is like she's like surpassing my siblings on her Pokemon Go account. Like she is like invested. Like she just tried it one day and then bam. Like and it's because and I know it's because my love for Pokemon and things like that were so strong that she
Right.
just had to give it a chance and figure
Yeah.
it out and then see why I loved something so much. And then that time you get to spend together because there's like one more thing that you both enjoy doing. It just like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everything just becomes so easy. And then
It's
same with her with like the shows she picks. Like I'm not the type of person that likes to watch serialized like cop shows or things
right.
like that. But like I'm like on season 10 of Chicago PD with her because like she loves it. It's a great like show to sit there and we can just chat and while we're watching it
That's the
and
thing. That's the best
and I
thing.
genuinely want to watch it now though. Like it's not even like oh I'm watching it for her. Like I'm
But
watching it because this is what we watch together and I enjoy
yeah.
watching it with her and like it just I don't know. I can't explain it. It's not a
Well,
forced thing at all though. And if
no,
it's forced
well,
at all, it's
what it sounds like is like what a relationship. I mean, there's a lot of things you can say about relationships, but to an extent, one thing you can say about a relationship is it's kind of like you're you're a creature that's going through a sort of natural selection together as you're finding what works and what doesn't work together, and
mhm,
you're making those choices and growing and evolving as that entity. Like your love is evolving and growing as this thing, and it's kind of touching on who you both are and at your roots, but also becoming something new, which
mhm,
is kind of cool. But what's great about it is you guys aren't doing like you're not sacrificing entirely who you are. Tina, like you
mhm.
said, she's not doing anything she doesn't want to do. She's choosing that and she wants that, and then she becomes this thing, and it's just like you what you do with her, and and that's beautiful and amazing. And I feel like I've struggled with that over the years,
Mhm.
where I've been like, I've found, of course I've had some of that, yeah, like we've all kind of like
Yeah.
those Venn
I
diagrams.
feel like even the worst relationships do have like this.
Yeah.
The Venn diagram is just much smaller, and there is one person who is reaching and one person who is like,
Yeah.
settling, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that reacher is going to sacrifice more things to like appease the
Yeah.
person they're, what I'm saying? Like it just happens that way, like,
It's interesting. And I, so I guess all this to say, so Stephen, this week, Stephen, I, like, for those of you who don't know, previously on Anthony's life, I haven't dated. I didn't date anyone for like, for 2 years. I didn't like, I had a short online, like, long distance relationship, and like that didn't work out. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? Shock. Like, Anthony, what? Long distance? No, but like, okay, so I for like 2 years though, I didn't kiss anyone, I didn't do anything, I didn't go out on dates or do anything. And I didn't plan on it. I was like, all right, I'm making my comics. I'm just gonna focus on me. We're gonna do this podcast. I'm gonna do, spaces with Jess and do movie nights and be a parent. And then someone started talking to me on the internet, and I was like, "Oh, this person's cool," and I didn't think anything of it. And then she started flirting with me, and I was like, "Oh no, what's happening?" And then now Steven, she put some evil spell on me because my whole heart is just like, "Oh, here, you can have this." Like, what happened, Steven? How did this happen so fast? Who am I? What is going on? Like, I don't understand any of this. But I was like, okay, you know what? I'm feeling things, and I haven't felt things like that in a long time. Like I was actively like interested, and and there was a lot going on. I was like, we have a lot of things in common, and I was feeling all these like fun compatibilities, but also just like feeling comfortable. And I think it was because I hadn't been dating, and I kind of didn't care. Like like I know. It's like it's half and half. Where some people are like, "Oh, you have to be looking for love to find it." You like, you can't win the lottery if you're not playing. But then other
Love
people,
literally fell right into my lap, and I
that's what I'm
have,
saying. But that's
I've
what
literally
most,
been with Tina for almost my entire
and
adult
and I
life.
think that's the thing that kind of works for me is, and like in this situation, it really benefited me that I wasn't looking, so I wasn't reaching at all. I was literally like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna like, oh, you like me? I'm just gonna keep doing the thing I'm doing. Oh, you still like me? I don't have to do anything. Like, I don't have to. Okay, this is real easy, like, and it was just like it was nice. And then
Wait, I said to continue being the person I am as a you just like you like the things that I'm selling naturally. Like I'm not like
yeah,
marketing this in any way, shape, or form. You're just
but and then dude, and then honestly, like similar to what you were saying as far as like, wanting to do new things. Dude, you know what? Like I found myself like writing this person's songs and like, like writing poems and like thinking like I'm feeling that and it's just happening. I'm like, oh, I actually want to be doing these things. And that's not like it's something that I've done in the past, but like something I kind of thought was dead inside of me, to be honest with you. It
like
was
I'm
just
not giving anyone this version of me ever again because it's literally just ended with stakes in my heart. So
exactly. And that really is it. And I know it sounds horrible, but it's the truth. I was becoming kind of cynical and I was, like I sort of abandoned the like romanticism as a whole, I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna be more practical and just do this stuff. But like it's like she kind of like awakened that in me again. I was like, I like that about me. I like
awaken,
those things.
awaken, awaken. She like death clocked it.
Yes. So I was just like, I'm in. I'm interested. I will continue, or I'm going to see where this goes. She's visiting. She came here. She's here, Steven. She's in our town. Like she's here right now.
She is in the Southwest Florida
She
region.
is. And Steven, I met her for the first time last night. I met her in person, and I'll tell you, she's not a vampire. What? Not a robot. Oh my God. She looks exactly like she presents herself, and she is.
The moment the car door slammed, you just gotta ignite, and like Katy Perry, fireworks was playing. Like it was just the energy could be felt in the entire city. I was sleeping and I felt it. There was a disturbance in the force, but it wasn't a million souls crying out in pain. It was like um, it was that fireflies. It was a million fireflies
Well,
and
okay, Steven.
lightning
So,
bug hugs.
oh, dude, I'll tell you. So, okay, we had this like running joke of a bet, right? Because you know my history with meeting people and like dating with the apps and stuff, and like I've been catfished like a handful of times, and like I've met people who like were like older than they presented themselves, and like like it's like all this different stuff. So I was like, what if this is it? What if like what if this is the reverse situation, right? What if like she is like, oh my God, that's what you really look like, you skinny like you skinny monster, and I'm like, oh, this is what I look like, like I'm just like
I found Waldo. Now I'm putting him back because I wasn't looking for him.
close that book and set it on fire, never read again. Um,
Get lost, Waldo. That's actually kind of a good burn.
is a good burn.
It's a
It's a
pretty good
good
burn.
burn.
Get lost, Waldo. Like we ain't trying to find you.
I'm trying to find no one's looking. But dude, so we had this joke, right? Because I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna meet, and then you're not even gonna be attracted to me, right? Like something's gonna happen. Like this is too good to be true. We're gonna meet, and you're gonna be like, nah, pack it up. I'm going home. Like,
Oh wait, I thought you were the blonde one.
wait, your name isn't Stevie Walker? So
I
so we
just
had so we had this bet where I was like, okay, so we had this bet, and she was like, okay, well, if I win, my award is a kiss. And I was like, I mean, it sounds like I'm winning if you win. So I'm like, yeah, like of course I'm not gonna not do that. So I was like, that's funny. So it was like a funny thing that we've been talking about. And then so I meet her, or I like, I showed up at her, where she's staying, and we hugged, and I was like, did you win the bet? And she's like, yeah. And I kissed her and we kissed. And then
that is such a cute first kiss, by the way. That's
music played,
adorable.
and it was
Nice.
beautiful and
I
wonderful.
need to make sure. Did you make the onion and sardine?
Listen, of course I did, Stephen. I made a
Have to.
I made a paste. I brushed my teeth with that paste. I didn't rinse at
You had
all.
like you had like those plastic teeth things, and you filled it with the paste and the bechamel, and then you like put it in your mouth and slept with it that way to
Mhm,
really like
mhm. I
taste
literally took
flavors in
sardines and
there.
just put them in my gums.
Like
Just
a hamster, you were just
hamster in his cheeks. And
you
she was
showed up with it in your
yeah,
cheeks.
I did. And she was like, I'm going for it. But dude,
The
so
saltiest spit.
my kiss-free streak is done, Steven. Is done. I did it. We did it. We kissed. We freaking kissed.
That's
Steven.
amazing.
Steven, it was such a good night. It was like she's so cool and amazing and wonderful. And Steven, I just can't. I can't believe she like I like it's like I spend time with her and I still can't believe she's real. I'm still feeling all these things. It's amazing. So
As
now
soon as you walked away, we got him. And then like the tattoo, the blade tattoo's right there.
The Blade tattoo. Oh my God. If you haven't seen Blade, go watch Blade and you'll understand the joke of the familiars. They all have tattoos. Yeah, it's oh man, it's true though. Steven, but now I need you. I need you and Tina to clock in your best friend judgment like situation.
It's time to enter the trials.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need you and Tina to like just be like, ooh, okay, we love her. You know, like that's like it has to happen because I can't. Like Steven, I have all these feelings about her, Steven. I have all these feelings. Like I mean, here I am telling you, like she's making me write songs and she's making me believe in love again. And I'm just like, yeah, but if you don't like her, I'm gonna
I'm gonna get lost, Waldo.
Boy, I'm gonna get lost, Waldo. Boy, will I be cross. Yeah. So yeah,
if you like her as much as you like her, there's probably zero chance that we will dislike her.
Oh my God, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys.
I will make sure that Tina has a little food in her belly before we get the food, so that way she's not hangry.
Oh yeah, nice. That's fair. That's appropriate.
Her judgments are swift and unfair when she is hangry.
I think we're all like that. It's just as long as we're self-aware. I'm like, this is the hanger talking.
See, that's the key, Anthony. I'm never hungry because I always have a steady source of something in there.
It's those sardines you keep in
It's the sardine, the pouches.
The pouches. Oh my God. But yeah, dude, so like as far as that date is concerned, I mean, right now I'm so incredibly hopeful that is literally my last first kiss ever. Like, and if it is, it was a beautiful.
That'd be the best.
It's like, and that's all I want. And I'd be like,
beat the game.
That's all I want. I feel like I did. I feel like I beat the game.
What does high score mean?
Did I break it? Did I break
it?
But yeah, I feel like there's a thing in here working again. It's like, oh, I'm back, baby, and it's like doing stuff. I'm like, thank you. I needed you. Where'd you go?
The rusty parts just kind of grinding into gear again. Like,
yeah, it's interesting. But now this week we're gonna spend a bunch of time together. You know, so we have
awesome.
Yeah, so she's in town for a while, and we're gonna.
So maybe a nice guys rendezvous then, because I have not had nice guys in like a year. Yes. I think last time Tina and I were talking about, I think the last time we had nice guys is when you met us there and we ate outside, which was not the most enjoyable experience.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was a pretty funny night. But no, it was let's go back. Maybe Friday or Saturday. It's up to you guys, really.
I'll talk to Tina and see what we can arrange.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Otherwise, Steven, while we're here, let's do a quick Libris Arcana ad. You want to do like a quick makeup?
Oh, I got this.
Let's do it. We got this. Go.
So you're bard and you're barbarian are fighting a monster. And your sorceress just whipped her robes off faster to cast a spell, not to do anything else. So you roll the dice and it don't come up the way you want it to. It's probably because the product you're using is inferior and doesn't look nearly as cool as Libris Arcana, the most beautiful dice in the land. Look how pretty that shit is. Anthony's got it. He's cool. You should also have it like him. Libris Arcana.
That was beautiful, Steven. I don't even think we need more than that. Like, I feel like that song was the ad. Like, that was it. So if you're out there right now and you're looking for dice for any reason, you don't need to play any kind of tabletop role-playing game. But if you do, this is the place to get the dice. What are you doing with your life? Anyway, go to LibrisArcana.com and use the code ISSUES20 for 20% off at checkout. And we get money, Steven. Money, please.
Money, 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 money.
Oh, my God. But yeah, if you need some dice, go to Libris Arcana. They have like a monthly dice subscription, or you can just buy one set of dice, whatever you like. Go check it out. And it's also easy to cancel. You don't even have to talk to a human, which is always a huge benefit for all of us. No one likes people except for, your people.
Millennials rewriting the rules of the business code book, and I love it because none of us want to make appointments or call or talk to anyone.
Actually, Steve, you know what? I'll tell you, I've been talking to my crush on the
You
phone.
son of a bitch. Like,
I've been talking to my crush on the phone lately, and I'm like, you know what? This is good for me because I'm so used to death. Like I'm so used to everyone calling me when it's
I
death.
literally pre-curse text now. If I ever have to call Anthony, I have to let him know
True.
the incoming call you're about to receive is not a death
It's so
call.
true.
No
It's
one is dead at this moment.
but you're right though. Like none of us really want to call most of the time. We definitely don't want to talk to strangers about awkward money situations to cancel things. So yeah, go to LibrisArcana.com, use the promo code issues20. You'll get 20% off at checkout and you can cancel whenever you want, or you can never cancel. You just keep getting awesome, amazing, beautiful, wonderful dice like every single month or whenever you want. So yeah, go check that out. Thank you so much. Libris Arcana is freaking awesome. They're so cool for sponsoring us and we appreciate the heck out of
We
them.
really do appreciate them. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're so great.
Bones, you're next.
That's right. We're gonna get freaking Bones coffee. I need it. I need more coffee in my
I
bones.
would just love some
I want some
promotional Bones coffee so
I want
much.
some promotional bones in me
They
too.
don't have to pay us in money. They just pay us in coffee grounds.
I mean, they could. They could. Bones, if you're listening, we're here for you. Put your
You
bones.
heard that sick ass song I just sang for
Yeah,
Libris
right? You want
Arcana.
one of those.
You want one of
Want one
those.
of those. Everyone wants. If you're out there right now and you would like to sponsor our podcast, email us. We have issuespod@gmail.com or talk to us on, Twitter or what, and we'll talk. We'll figure it out. But yeah, if you're out there and you want to be a part of our show, let us know. We'll figure out some silly deal. Maybe we'll do a promo swap or something, or you can just give us coffee. We get paid in coffee and it's fine. So Steven, I know I had a busy week and I'm rambling on about it, and it's not really important because what's really important is you defining what love is with your action. Okay.
And Tina's badassery. Okay.
Tina is amazing. She's my favorite freaking person other than you. And that's about it. Like Tina's like number 2 or 3 on the list. Okay. But she knows she's high up there and like number 1 in my heart all the time.
She's
I
gonna
need her
kill you for the
judgments.
way you said 2 or 3. You do know this.
I know, but what am I supposed to do? I have a Steven and I have an Atlas. How do I do? Okay, how about this? Tina's matched for number 1 with Atlas and Steve. It's Atlas, Steven, Tina. Everybody
It's a
knows.
tie.
It's a tie.
But we're coming for you, Atlas. We want the top.
That's right. Atlas. Go on. Yeah.
Poor Atlas, the sweetest little boy in the entire universe.
So, but dude, it's what's important is your story. So you went through some stuff this.
So just for a little precursor, my daughter Chase, she is 6 years old. When she was like 4, met this little girl named Olivia, and they immediately hit it off. They are the Anthony and Steven of 4-year-olds when they meet. They meet in daycare. They are the best of friends. They love each other. They're twins. They just love each other. So anyways, beginning of the summer, turns out Olivia's going to move to Arizona. So Chasey, at the young age of 6, basically has to mourn the loss of her best friend because her best friend is literally moving across the entire United States of America.
Terrible.
But Tina, being the awesome mom she is, like, sat Chase down like, "Don't worry, Chase, we're gonna fly to each other. We're gonna figure this out." And Tina, honoring her badass word, Olivia just moved in June. Tina got tickets in June. We're going August 2nd. We're flying up, and yeah, Tina and Chase flew to Arizona. The flight there was a pain in the butt, but I got to spend time with Cambria. I took Cambria. We went to the Lenny's Burger place in Cape, which is a fantastic burger joint. Yeah. We saw Deadpool Wolverine. We had a great weekend, but we both knew that mom and sis were coming home on Monday. It was a weekend vacation. Well, living in Florida, storms can kind of just appear and then suddenly rain on your parade, literally. And Tropical Storm Debbie, which is the name of my mother, so I blame her, decided to fly up our coastline. We were Debbie does Florida, but so this storm skates past us. We get some tropical storm weather down where we live. It was, as a Floridian, it's literally nothing when that happens. But the storm goes up and is just kind of going right through Florida and Georgia. And like most Delta flights, if you're coming from Florida, you have to connect in Atlanta. So Tina gets up Monday morning and she can't fly to Florida. She's not going to make it. She's going to get grounded in Atlanta. And then eventually they're saying, we're not even flying into Atlanta because of this storm. So my wife is like, well, what can I do? And like the next flight available, because everyone and their mother had the same idea that Tina had, well, I got to get home. Next flight available was going to be Thursday. So like she was going to have to spend 3 whole entire days away. And Tina is, Tina, like when Tina and I are separated for too long, there's like this withering that starts to
Yeah.
occur. Um, so Tina, being the little badass that she is, like found a way and she got direct flight tickets the day of an earlier flight, even though her flight was going to be departing at,
Funny.
and got a direct flight to, unfortunately, Florida, but unfortunately, Tampa Bay. So, call to action. Like, of course, like I'm her husband. There
You
wasn't a
can refuse
part of
this
me.
the call. I'm playing
Can't
Street
you, can't you just like Uber? No.
Fighter.
And so yeah, we're about 2.5 hours south of Tampa. So I loaded Cambria up. I said, Mommy's flying into town now. We're driving to Tampa. We're getting Mommy. So we literally drove all the way to Tampa Bay International Airport. Shout out to Dina, because Dina from Don't Make It Weird podcast actually texted me and Tina offering to go pick Tina up because she was under the assumption that Tina was already there and that Tina was waiting 2.5 hours for me to
Right.
get there. But no, man, guess who's faster than a friggin' plane? This guy.
Wild card. Yeah, that was
I
my
mean,
first
granted, the
guess.
plane was further away, but I mean, I beat the plane there by about an
No,
hour.
don't put an asterisk there. Like you beat a plane. The
I beat a
times
plane
you
to
raced
Tampa
a plane
Bay.
and
We
won.
raced,
That's
okay?
what happened.
Slow and steady won it. No, actually, I drove
They
not
call me
aggressive.
Steven the Turtle Todd.
Steven the Turtle Todd Toad. Why is the Toad added on? I don't know. That was the go-to mockery of my last name, by the way, was Toad for some reason. I don't look like a toad.
Oh,
Just that's all they got, I guess. Todd Toad. But anyways, drove all the way to Tampa, grabbed Tina, drove all the way home. We were home by like 9 o'clock that night, and we did it. Tina is home on Monday. Tina is home right now. Tina is out there in the living room
I love
waiting for me to be done with the podcast. But yeah, it was an awesome day. And we did it. We freaking did it. We saved her. We saved the day.
heck yeah,
I was
dude.
playing I was playing Rise Nayanasha from Kohi, like call me and I'll be there. But anyways, yeah.
Dude, oh my god, I've been listening to a lot of Coheed lately because we're going to see them in September, and
That's so crazy. So where are you like we're going to that show? I think we're doing a little the kids are going too. We're bringing Candy and
told me
Chase.
about that. That's right, dude. Yeah,
It's their first concert. They're gonna
that's
get to see.
oh, dude, I'm gonna cry again. Like I forget, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited to go see Coheed again. And like, I don't know. I've been looking at like the set
So
list and stuff
powerful.
that they've been playing recently, and like, I'm just like, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun show. I don't know if they're gonna keep playing the same
I
one,
think
but
that
mix up with it a
I
little.
saw that they are opening with In Keeping Secrets on
I
a lot of
know.
these
That's
shows. So I'm
like,
like,
dude,
yes.
almost every show.
As long as they get In Keeping Secrets in,
Yep.
like I know they're probably gonna end it with Welcome Home because they got to, but like In Keeping Secrets
Oh
is
my
a
god.
mandatory.
Yeah, and my crush loves them and has never seen them, so I'm like, I get to share that with
Oh
you.
my god, she's never seen them.
He loves
Oh,
them.
dude.
And like, what's
And
amazing?
this isn't necessarily the best like Coheed tour because it's a co-headliner with
You know
Incubus.
what's funny though? She loves Incubus.
But
Cool, but like, so
yeah,
it's like, that's cool for
but
her.
we're probably gonna family dip like halfway through the Incubus if we even stay for Incubus because I
Oh, are they
drive. I
headlining?
mean,
Oh, I didn't know they were headlining. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
yeah, there's an opener though, but then
Oh,
they're co-headlining is what it's
oh,
called.
that's
Like
right.
but like when Coheed was co-headlining with Taking Back Sunday and the Used, it
Yeah,
was still very much Coheed's show.
yeah.
But this seems like it's more like Incubus's show with Coheed, which is good. Incubus fans discovering Coheed, I'm all about it. I want Claudio and Co to keep growing because they deserve it. They're
Yeah,
amazing musicians, but yeah, I'm excited because usually after a good big tour like this, they do a new album, so I know the new album's coming. And then when they do a new album,
I
they
know. Yeah.
do a tour, a winter tour, and like winter tours in Florida are the best because
Oh,
that's when the weather is beautiful and
yes. Oh,
wonderful.
I
But
can't
I'm
wait.
excited for Cambria and Chase because it's gonna be their first concert ever, and it's gonna be freaking Coheed. And like
Oh my god, I
I've
can't.
seen Metallica, I've seen so many big acts, and there is just something so raw and crazy with Coheed.
For
Like
sure.
the energy is insane.
For sure. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I've been listening to them a bunch. Just like, oh, I can't. Well, my life is all coming together. Everything's amazing. I can't wait to be in that crowd, like just saying whoa, 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 whoa with everyone. Like, what the heck? It's gonna be
We got to
amazing.
be one among the fence. Let's
That's
do
right.
this.
But otherwise, dude, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do this week? What are you
I'm
gonna
gonna
work?
keep. So I'm gonna start working a little bit on our possibly nice money making project with
Yeah.
Chris. I'm gonna be working on some revamped stuff, and then I'm also going to complete another page for Deathless is my goal this week.
Heck yes, dude. This week I'm going to write that synopsis for you guys, and then I'm gonna try to finish the dialogue for it. Really, you have all the panel descriptions, so
Yeah,
like
and
it's
I've actually even I've clicked the file again to look at the panels
yeah,
again, and I've seen you've added dialogue since I've
yeah,
last
yeah, yeah.
read it too.
I've added like big chunks of dialogue, so like by the time
Guys, we are just for a little reveal, we're actually making like a slightly not safe for work book, which is
we
kind of
are.
out of our territory. There's
We're
gonna be
making. Yeah, you know what, dude? Like at first, when like you approached me with this, and I was like, I don't know. Maybe we can do it, and we'll use like pen names and like whatever. But then I was like, the more I've started like thinking about it and writing it, I was like, it's not a big deal. Like like it's I think I wrote everything in to be sensible and practical for the story. It works as like a weird action horror romance situation, as it's going,
Mhm.
throughout their
And we can, I think my biggest concern going into it was like the ideas of like self-imposed like worries that weren't even going to be part of it to begin with. It was like I don't want to come off as objectifying or anything like that, but
I
no,
know.
this is just like a vampires are
But
lusty and like
yeah.
that's like what they
Well,
are like at
yeah.
their
I
core.
mean,
Like that's
yeah, not to mention like I like the story
no,
as
it's awesome so
like
far.
I
It's
think it's just
solid open. Like and
I
dude,
think
it's
it's
just
just gonna be
we
good.
get to work on vampire books and
Exactly.
probably
That's what I'm dude. Yeah.
if all goes well, probably get paid really well. So I'm
Yeah.
like
So we're gonna see
super
how
stoked
that
for this.
goes.
I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna and when it comes to these pages, I think I'm gonna try to do the like the real burn. Like I
Yeah.
said, like I want to get through the 12 pages fast. I think I'm really gonna try to like just like kill myself for 2 weeks or something like that and like get them
Yeah.
done. So
Yeah, dude, for sure. And like it's gonna be good, and it's going to be really like it'll be a new experience for us, and we're gonna learn a lot, and we could like potentially make a good amount of money with this. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. This week, my crush is in town, so I don't expect myself to get much done. But yeah, I'm gonna do that synopsis. I'm gonna try to work on some dialogue stuff, and I know because I know she has things to work on as well while she's in town. So I'll have time. It's not like I'm gonna be completely all consumed. I'm gonna be completely all consumed, Steve. I'm lying. No, no, but I should be able to get something done. But I'm
I
gonna do my
believe in you.
best. But no matter what, like I'll jump right back on it anyway.
Worst case scenario, if you don't finish the flats anyway, like it just gives me more like raw working on revamp time anyway. So like it
That's
doesn't matter.
true.
Once the pencils and stuff are done for Deathless,
That's
it's
true.
gonna be
You just jump
nothing.
right into revamped while I'm
Yeah.
adding all the deathless stuff. It's not a big deal. Yeah, dude, I love this. I love what we're doing. I think it's really cool that we're working on multiple projects now, and they both seem like they have like. I mean, of course, deathless has potential because thankfully there's an audience for it. People actually like our books, Steven. It's really cool. I'm really excited to get these freaking books out there. But anyway. Thank you all for watching this. Thank you for listening. If you're only listening to one of the various podcasting apps, thank you. And thank you, JD, for reminding me every single week to post
JD,
because
yes, you
I
do.
would not remember if it wasn't enough for JD. But thank you. Thank you for being here for us. Stephen, what would you like to say to the people before we go?
You all are wonderful human beings. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in each week. And like last week, I think we was when we started the Libris Arcana, and like so many of you already like jumped on that and like are just like
Yeah,
supporting us through supporting them. And
I
you
get.
guys are just incredible. Like I couldn't ask for better friends. And thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, we started this and we joke around about like, building a colony all the time, but it's really happening. It really does happen. And I know I personally get frustrated when our view count goes down or whatever week by week or whenever, whatever it is, but people still show up and people are invested in our lives. And you know what, Stephen? Historically, people like our views have gone down when I'm happy and like, if I'm dating someone or if I'm just like in a good mood or whatever, like for some reason our views go down. That wasn't the case last week, Steven.
No,
Last week, I was saying,
people cheered you on.
yes, I was saying good things. I was like, I am freaking having feelings for someone, and people were like, "We're here for you." And I was like, "Fine, finally, thank you." So I feel
Yes.
amazing. Like, so when this one drops to zero, I'm gonna just be miserable. No, I'm kidding. I love it. I'm glad people are showing up, and we have this like colony growing, constantly and perpetually, and it's really cool, and I freaking love it. And I'm glad everyone's drinking our disgusting Kool-Aid
Dirt
because
Kool-Aid.
yeah, we love all of you, and we're so thankful for you. But anyway, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Anthony, and
I am Stevie Wildcard.
this has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next week. I didn't get the audio for some reason. I don't know why. I know what it is. Are you doing a whistle? Are you going? Yeah, let me try. Let me try something really quick because I'm just curious. I mean, we. Hey, and try it again. No, it's just on my side. Fuck, it won't. It won't record your. Like it won't record it.
Come on.
No, it won't record it. It won't. As soon as you start doing that, Zoom just mutes you.
Wait, what about this? Ha ha ha.
Nope.
Did I trick it?
No. It's why? Like the funniest thing is like it. Hang on, let me see. Like, did you hear that?
Nothing.
There you go. See? Hang on, let me try this. Let me try this. I know we're running late, but like, I'm not working tomorrow, so who cares? All right, ready? It goes. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, so if you go up on the top, there's or I don't know, you might not have it because I think I did it in my settings. It doesn't matter. You can just do it. Do a different boom this week, but there's a music.
What? Boom. Boom.
click, boom.
Yeah. Boom. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. Libris Arcana throwing dice. Yeah. Boom. We're going to get sued by so many people. Yeah, just delete that whole thing.
We did it. All right, Steven, let's have a podcast where we can talk about our issues and not the world's issues. Although I feel like we solved everyone's issues. Like if you
we did. We actually we solved the world just now. You missed it.
We solved the world. We solved it. We did. We freaking did. We made the world a better place. But I have to delete it all because we don't want any of that nonsense and to yuck our yum of our podcast.
We just want yum all the time, baby. That's all what we want.
It's all yum. That's what we do. All right, Steven, let's go.